In 2016, someone opened Google Earth, scrolled to the bottom of the world, and found what looked like a perfect four-sided pyramid rising from the Antarctic ice sheet. The image spread across social media within weeks. Within months, it had been viewed over 50 million times. The discovery went mainstream fast. In May 2016, the History Channel devoted the entire premiere of Ancient Aliens Season 11 to it, an episode titled Pyramids of Antarctica. By 2024, content creator Billy Carson's video on the subject had drawn over 3 million views, claiming that an advanced civilization had been flash frozen beneath the ice. The theory was simple and seductive. Someone built this, and someone is hiding it. The formation sits in the heritage range of the Ellsworth Mountains, one of the most remote regions on Earth. From satellite imagery, it appears strikingly symmetrical, 4 steep faces converging to a sharp point, rising approximately 1,265 meters above sea level. It has no official name, and to the untrained eye, it looks exactly like a pyramid. 3 main theories emerged. The first, that an ancient civilization built pyramids in Antarctica before the Ice Age, and their works have been preserved beneath kilometers of ice. The second, that extraterrestrial beings constructed the structures, just as some claim they built the pyramids of Egypt. And the third, that Nazi Germany's 1938 expedition to Antarctica, known as Operation Neuschwabenland, discovered or even built something in the ice. Each theory had millions of believers. None had evidence. But there is something these videos never show you. Pull back from the satellite image just a little, and the picture changes completely. Because this formation is not alone, and what surrounds it explains everything. What you're looking at is a pyramidal peak, also called a glacial horn. It forms when glaciers erode a mountain from 3 or more directions simultaneously. Each glacier carves a bowl-shaped basin called a cirque into the mountainside. Where multiple cirques meet at the top, they leave behind a sharp, pyramid-shaped summit. The process is driven by freeze-thaw weathering. Water seeps into cracks, freezes, expands, and slowly fractures the rock. Over millions of years, nature sculpts a shape that looks engineered, but it is geology, not architecture. If a pyramid shape in Antarctica is evidence of an ancient civilization, then so is the Matterhorn in Switzerland. 4,478 meters of near-perfect pyramid, carved by glaciers over 2 million years. So is Alpamayo in Peru, once voted the most beautiful mountain on Earth. So is K2 in Pakistan, the second tallest peak in the world, a massive steep-sided pyramid rising over 8,600 meters. Pyramidal peaks exist on every continent. The geological process that creates them is one of the most well-understood phenomena in Earth science. There's also the problem of scale. The Antarctic formation stands approximately 1,265 meters tall, nearly 10 times the height of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid's base measures 230 meters per side. This mountain is roughly a kilometer wide in each direction. No human civilization, ancient or modern, has ever constructed anything remotely this large. The formation is not suspiciously precise. It is suspiciously enormous. And then there is the timeline. Antarctica's ice sheet began forming approximately 34 million years ago, during the Eocene-Oligocene climate transition, when falling carbon dioxide levels triggered a dramatic global cooling. Homo sapiens first appeared roughly 300,000 years ago. That is a gap of over 33 million years. When Antarctica froze, there were no humans anywhere on Earth. There were no great apes. The most advanced primates on the planet were small, early ancestors of monkeys, none capable of building anything more complex than a nest. The Nazi connection leads to another theory, one centered on the United States Navy. In August 1946, Rear Admiral Richard Byrd launched Operation Highjump. 4,700 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircraft sent to Antarctica. It remains the largest Antarctic expedition in history. Theorists claim Byrd found something under the ice. They cite an interview with a Chilean newspaper in which he allegedly warned of aircraft that could fly from pole to pole at incredible speeds. But the original Spanish text says something far less dramatic. that the United States could be attacked by planes flying over the poles, a straightforward Cold War warning about Soviet long-range bombers. In 2022, a video went viral claiming that United States Marines were investigating 3 ancient pyramids in Antarctica. PolitiFact traced the footage to its source. It was a 2017 video of Army paratroopers conducting a routine training jump in Alaska, spliced together with digitally altered images of pyramid-shaped mountains. The Marines had no such mission. No such investigation existed. The entire story was fabricated from unrelated footage. Scientists have not simply dismissed these claims. They have drilled through them, literally. The Beyond EPICA project has extracted an ice core from central Antarctica containing ice over 1.2 million years old, a continuous atmospheric record stretching back to a time before modern humans, before Neanderthals, before the entire genus Homo existed. Trapped within those layers are ancient air bubbles preserving the composition of Earth's atmosphere across millennia. Not one sample, across 2,800 meters of ice, contains any trace of civilization. Over 30 countries operate more than 70 research stations across Antarctica. Thousands of scientists, glaciologists, geologists, biologists, climatologists have conducted fieldwork on this continent for over a century. They have mapped it with ground-penetrating radar, drilled through it with ice core extractors, and surveyed it with satellite imagery at sub-meter resolution. If there were artificial structures beneath the ice, the evidence would be overwhelming. Instead, there is none. In December 2024, a pastor named Will Duffy organized an expedition called The Final Experiment. He brought content creators to Union Glacier Camp in West Antarctica, including several prominent flat Earth advocates, to witness the midnight sun, a phenomenon their models said could not exist. After days of live streaming the sun circling the horizon without setting, every participating flat earther admitted it was real. One of the most prominent, Giron Campanella, told the Denver Post he was stepping away from the community. But when they returned home, the broader flat Earth community rejected them, claiming the footage was filmed inside a dome or on a green screen. The real mystery of Antarctica is not hidden pyramids. It is that 98% of a continent nearly twice the size of Australia remains buried under ice up to 4.8 kilometers thick, and that ice is disappearing. Antarctica is losing roughly 150 billion metric tons of ice every year. If the entire ice sheet were to melt, global sea levels would rise by an estimated 58 meters. That is not a theory. That is a measurement. Mountains that look like pyramids exist on every continent, formed by the same geological process over millions of years. The only difference in Antarctica is that there is no one nearby to correct the internet. And as long as the ice holds a continent in silence, people will keep imagining what might be beneath it, even when the answer has been sitting on the surface the entire time.